Alright, this is my new video blog. I'm going to call it That Traveling Blue Collar Guy, or maybe That Blue Collar Guy, who knows. Many would say that most Asians, because I'm Asian descent, what does that have to do with things? Most Asians don't do the type of work I do. I'm in the trucking business. It is raining in California, a very rare event, and I need to get going soon, so I will wrap this up. But for the longest time, a little bit about myself. I do have another channel. It's a gaming channel and some random stupid shit that I post up. But I figured this kind of helps me psychologically because I'm a lot older now than when I originally created that particular channel, and had a drastic life-changing career change. And most people, depends on their perspective, have a life-changing event. This one is pretty bad. I don't want to share too much in the details, but basically I worked for a company for almost 15 years. It would have been 15 years exactly this January 17th, 2019. However, I had a series of circumstancing events, if that makes sense. Long story short, I had lost a job, a good job, falsely accused, and I have a counter lawsuit against this particular company, and basically stating in the state of California 96K that I had a outside relationship, and the company went after me for having a relationship with a fellow employee, and these particular scenarios happen outside of work, and I'm not going to go too much in detail, but that is just the darkness that came out of that particular time frame, and I've been fighting that for the past 2 years. And now I took what I learned from this particular company of 15 years and reapplied it, and it humbled me a lot. It brought me back down to earth. Not to say that I was not. I had lost focus for some time, a couple years. I lost a best friend over this. This particular person moved out. I played a lot of video games with him. We grew up together. I didn't lose him completely, but he ended up moving out. I ignored my parents. I ignored my immediate family, and now those things have turned around now. But because of this particular person, I had been blinded, and those things happen. So what I'm doing now in this particular channel is I'm going to post up some of my blue collar work, some of the funny exploits or serious exploits, and most likely post up my travels. I'm planning on traveling pretty soon in not too far future. Just myself, my backpack, visiting other friends in other states, and visiting other countries too. And what I'm getting at is I worked for this particular company, use your imagination, is Brown, for a very long time. It's a good paying company, but they work a lot of people to the ground, and seniority is everything there. It's a very strong union. I was in the union for a certain amount of time, and I stupidly went into management. And in corporate America, when you make that particular decision, you have to be prepared to face the trials and errors of not just your peers, but you got to manage up. Not only have to manage up, but the people that report to you. In my particular situation, I was a driver trainer. I am a class A commercial driver, but I also train drivers for this particular company. It was a great time. It was fun. Went to a lot of places. Before that, I was a small package driver, and that was the most fun I've had at that company. And I foolishly left. Not so much the union. The union didn't really do shit for me. They could be good and bad. There are good and bad people. It depends on how you look at the politics behind that. But that's another conversation for another time. So, moving on, I lost that particular job. I'm in litigation. I don't know what's going to come from it. But it is an uphill battle because it is a little guy like myself versus corporate America. A lot of people say, well, you're Asian, you're smart. Yeah, okay. I could be a doctor or building rockets or a scientist or something that is stereotypical of an Asian, maybe owning a restaurant. But I decided to stay in the blue collar field and decided to drive. It is fun for me. I cannot do the cubicle type job. So there's just so much more for me to say about that, but I'm moving on, attempting to be happy about some of the things that I've progressed since that fateful decision by the company. And I found life on the road to be once again fulfilling, and once again opening my eyes to beautiful things, sometimes stupid things, but just have a passion for being on the road and traveling, all while getting paid for it. Not too many jobs do that. So at any rate, I'm going to get on the road because it's raining here, and I got to get back up towards the Grapevine over the 5, if not too many people know about that. So it has been a dark time for me for the past couple years, since 2017. And basically the company that I used to work for harassed me. And there's a double standard to that. And there's just so much more to that piece. But this is my happy channel, posting up some of my blue-collar work, some of my adventures and traveling. So yeah, let's give this a try. I'm not going to pick up a lot lizard tonight. Fuck that shit. No, just kidding.